social media posts made users question whether they could trust their news feed. Then, revelations that a data firm called Cambridge Analytica acquired information on 50 million users through an app that Facebook says was billed as a research tool. That tool was essentially a personality test you took on Facebook. But what users didn't know? When you took the quiz, it also combed your friends' Facebook profiles for data.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurjihan binti Mazuki. So I am going to present my presentation about business ethics and information technology. Ethic, called as ethos, that came from Greek word which means a person's fundamental orientation toward life. Ethic also seen as the search for a good way of being a wise course of action, as it can be practiced by business firms that call as business ethics. Brown, Trevino, and Harrison 2005 mentioning that business ethics is highly discussed and had been debated, especially in today's corporate and business world, as well as in educational and academic environment. Ethics has been analyzed by the researcher in recent years, and one of them is technology. Information technology has provided so much available information and resources for users all around the world. In terms of productivity and the speed of communication, this change has been shows positive outcome. However, IT creates new ethical issue. The major growth of ICT and the use of these technologies have given big impacts on society and raised serious ethical questions for individual and organization. For example, Facebook, this social network, sold the data to the companies that were trying to influence the 2016 US presidential election. This action took money for nearly 3,000 political ads from foreign entities without revealing who purchased them. As the result, this makes the company been devastating, and many people has closed their accounts immediately, and the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, has had to apologize. In business world, information seen as the most important things, which some of organizations will expand and increase their capacity to achieve their goals. Information forms intellectual capital, and organization value this capital as an important resource. It is necessary to know about the major ethical issues that are faced by information technology. The three measures of ethical issues are personal privacy, piracy, and intellectual property. Personal privacy is one of the most important aspects of ethical issue in information technology. Scalavos 2017 mentioned that online interaction with individual or even online retail organization conduct to the exchange of a large amount of data with the consent of the owners. The interference that created by the mass data gathering through online interaction is considered as a privacy violation. All the data and information on a large scale that have been transferred will lead to the heightened chance of disclosing information and violating the privacy of any individuals or groups. Shaw S&E 2018 mentioned that some organizations have requested their users for confirmation to use of their data. For instance, organizations such as Google, Facebook, Twitter, and other online social platforms. In most cases, some of the enterprise has collected the users' data. There is rising problems of personal information abuse happens, where the latest case of Facebook is that this organization has been sharing consumer data with the other third parties, which are Cambridge Analytica. These data were given to the Cambridge Analytica for the geopolitical mapping. Major challenge, especially for the IT society and organization, is to maintain the privacy and integrity of the data. It is important for appropriate international bodies to see international binding legislation to help check the growing cyber security. piracy can be defined as stealing someone else's intellectual property and can be seen as the activity in which the creation of illegal copy of the software have been made. Approximately 50% of all the programs, especially on PCs, are pirate copies. Lin 1999 mentioned that this issue considered as ethical issue on digital world, widely reported that individuals are commonly involved in unauthorized copying of software because digital content is so much harder to manage and control compared to physical assets. Digital piracy allows for anonymity where it brings transnational gaps and creates the impression of the ownership, ideas, or even IS rather than property. CD burning, peer-to-peer networks, LAN, file sharing, or digital stream ripping are facilitating the software piracy. Wolf and Hijin 2009 state that age, sex, low self-control, and ethical predispositions were shown to easily can be involved with digital pirating associations. To reduce these phenomena from keep happening, this issue can be prevented by scholars and experienced practitioners. This can be changed with the formation of alliance between foreign and domestic software companies and ethical codes of conduct for computer professionals by reducing the price of software and increasing the price of software if copying were to continue happens. Intellectual property can be defined as intellectual creativity of creator. The intellectual creativity of the creator can be seen such as invention, music, literary, symbols, name, design, image, or even ideas. It is an integral asset of a person. There are different types of IPR, which are patents, copyrights, trademark, industrial design, geographical indication, trade secret, and layouts. The importance of this intellectual property is that IPR provide an incentive especially to the creator to expand his creation and to share it with other people for the development of the society. IPRs plays an important role in business environment since it is a socio-economic tools that creates a temporary monopoly for inventor firms and allow the firms to change prices for their innovation. IPR also have its own disadvantage in the progress and development of the society. IPR gives out most the information and the data of the society to the authority. This is an unethical behavior since the main objective of IPR itself is to protect the public interest, but the public interest now is harmed. For example, the pharmaceutical products. The major reason why healthcare cost is high is because the pharmaceutical products prices from a substantial portion of healthcare costs and the use of intellectual property protections. This issue conduct an increasing in the cost of drugs, and this will make the society are not affordable to pay, especially by the poor section of the society. IPR should focus on the needs of the poor society. As a conclusion, ethics are the principle of making what is right and wrong in terms of making decisions. And the most important things of ethics, especially in business management, is that it refers to the standard which guide to have truthful behavior in order to manage a successful business. With the development of information system, the role ethics has become main topic as technology can result in the contributions of individual intellectual property right. Many firms across the world depends on the information system to establish business because protecting someone's privacy, data, and rights over the internet is so necessary and important in the organization. The comparison between the three articles above is that the personal privacy need to always do a regular updating of data privacy legislation to meet the changing information technology, since IT on these days always updating the system. While piracy is need a strong fundamental shift in people's attitude towards software piracy because people might not be aware of the consequences, but this can be prevented by increasing a public awareness program to work as a great inhibitor to reduce piracy from keep happening. While intellectual property or IPR is playing a great role in modern intellectual-based societies, so it is important for the society to make sure that intellectual property is obligated and followed properly. And we need to give a credit to the intellectual property because they will help in sustainable development of mankind. Thank you.